Folks, thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the Charlotte Hornets, and they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
And what got them that win was the remarkable success they had from the floor. I mean, just a tremendous shooting performance all the way around.
Hey, you can't expect that kind of shooting to happen all the time on a nightly basis. But when it does, boy, does it feel good and look good.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. We've got Ellis. Turner is out there with Young. Then there's Teague, and it's George in at the 3 spot. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team and the way they approach the game.
Jamison hits them both.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
On defense, Indiana. 4-point game. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Here's Jordan. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Charlotte.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Teague against Iverson. Outside Teague. Pippen against George. Pocket 6. Rebound by the Bulls.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
Here's Iverson after the made shot from Monte Ellis. But quick, and Turner with the block. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Scottie!
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to the quick. For 3. Iverson, no good. The Pacers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Teague with the ball. Iverson picks him up. Teague kicks to Young, pulls up on the wing, and the rejection by Pippen. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Jefferson's checked in for Turner. Teague inside the line. No good. That would have tied it.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
The pass to the quick. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
1:57 left in the first quarter of the game. Teague dishes to Ellis. Here's Young. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. A minute 42 left here in the first quarter. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Teague, the pass to Jefferson. Back to Teague. High post try, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off of back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now here's Teague. 8 points his last outing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jefferson's shot is off.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Here's Jordan. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Then for 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Pippen's got his first 3 points of the game. Teague against Iverson. Both loose. Screened by Young. And stolen by Iverson. Here's Jordan. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm. He was poised. Didn't rush it at all. You got to tip your hat to him. That was well done.
Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And, you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Chicago?
Well, they've come out of that locker room with the hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Turner is out there with Allen. Then it's Brooks. Then there's C.J. Myers. And it's Stuckey in at the shooting guard. Now here's Iverson. Following the miss by Rodney Stuckey. Jamison, a screen. It's Pippen with the drive. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Got that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from Miles.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out and transition.
Now here's Pippen, coming off a solid outing against Charlotte. Knocked loose, stolen by Miles. To the middle, and now Brooks running the floor all by himself.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game, and going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Two division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season.
This is definitely the first of many tonight. In these first games, you always try to set the tone and take that mental and psychological edge.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen. Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
And the Pacers with possession here after the Bulls pick up 2. Jordan against Stuckey. Shot clock at 5. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the shot is good.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
That drops.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Dishes it to Stuckey. It's Allen, top of the key. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Miles.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went, Clark, 15-26 on the year, and it cost them down the stretch.
It really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. His absence was most noted in those tough road games, I think.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor.
And for the Pacers, perhaps the biggest loss of the season for them was on the road. Couldn't get it done in Memphis on the final day of the season to try and get into the postseason.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
It's stolen by Jefferson. Teague kicks to Young. Now the dish to Jefferson. The shot is off. Jamison with the defensive effort.
Well, here's a little factoid about the Pacers on the road last season, guys. They were much better shooting free throws on the road. The difference between their road and home free throw percentage was the largest positive mark in the league. That's kind of strange.
From deep, Jordan. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Jordan having a terrific game. 10 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. Free throw good, Jordan.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls, Clark, had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, a 2-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
There's 25 seconds left now here in the second. And the rejection by Pippen. And he takes a fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Knocked loose. Ellis dishes to T. Here's Jefferson. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending...
And we've reached halftime in this one. Bulls lead by 13. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a 13-point lead. All right, Big Diesel, your take.
Well, in terms of running a smooth, efficient offense, they've been as good as it gets. The looks they've created have been high percentage. The ball is moving, guys are rotating. That's what got them those good looks, Ernie. And this is the reason they got that nice lead.
Kenny, what did you think about Indiana?
They're being far less aggressive than they ought to be. The free throw differential is huge right now. It's threatening to determine the outcome of the game. So they have to get into the lane and challenge defenders to make them try to stop you.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Michael Jordan.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
The quickest out there is Speedy, and it's Michael Jordan. Then it's Iverson, and it's Pippen in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Clock is at 3, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Here's Iverson. He kicks it to Pippen. 6 to shoot. Iverson passes to Jameson. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Turner.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
Pass to Jameson. to the middle. Here's Pippen, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
For Chicago, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for the Pacers. Both shots good from the stripe.
You know, the Pacers ended up in 4th place in the Central Division last year, guys, and that's not quite what they were used to after taking the division the previous 2 years and getting to the Eastern Conference Finals in the playoffs.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the 3rd quarter. George with the screen on Iverson. Teague drives in. Here's Turner. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first personal foul.
Looking at last year with the Pacers, with Paul George out, the Pacers knew it would be tough to win the Central again, and they still played decently, though, going 8-8 in divisional games.
And the Pacers played admirably. I mean, the division just got a lot tougher. If the Pacers bounce back, you could easily see 4 of the Central Division members making the playoffs in the near future. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Down low, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
Open for 3, and good on the basket. Look it. Pippen's got 5 points now this quarter.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Turner with a screen for Teague. He dishes it to George. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
The quick and easy 2 points on the layup. The quick's got 8.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
T kicks to Turner. Out to Stuckey. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Some changes for Indiana. Allen's checked in for Young. C.J. Miles comes in for George. And it's Brooks in for Jeff Teague. 1:52 left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Jordan. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits. You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
And once again off the mark by Indiana.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
The windmill finish. Now that's nasty. How do you do?
Finishes the play, utter disregard for his own safety.
And his teammates still shaking their heads. You know what? He must have told them to be on the lookout for something special.
Miles dishes to Allen. Indiana moving it around. Shot clock at 6, and the shot is good. That's 7 points for Aaron Brooks.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
The drive by Iverson. Outside for Jamison. Outside Jordan. There's the feed to Iverson. Pass to the quick.
Michael!
That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. Iverson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pacers trail by 16. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Turner passes to Miles. They set the pick. Kicks it to Stuckey. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Jamison's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Deflects the pass. Here's the quick. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bulls out front, up by 16. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Bulls leading by 16. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Indiana, Paul George is out there with Young. Then there's Al Jefferson. Then there's Ellis, and it's Teague in at point guard. 5 on the clock. Then for 3. No luck. George with the defensive effort.
Well, I tell you what, that's fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. The key there was not to give him much space before he took that shot.
And really, Clark, that's the only way you're going to stop him. The defender was all over him with a hand right in his face.
The 3 from Iverson, and he gets the bucket.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Now here's Teague. Screen by Jefferson. Young, right side, off the pick. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Teague against Iverson. Pass to Jordan. Here's the quick. From outside the arc. Here's Jamison. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bulls.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggression.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Iverson against Teague. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Pippen kicks to Jordan. He feeds it to Iverson. 6 on the shot clock. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Getting back to Monte Ellis. Had he gone to college for even 1 year, I think he would have probably been a top 10 pick. But you look at what he's brought to the table over his career. Points and assists, rebounds, steals, playmaking. his production has been astounding.
You know, he's one of those unsung players. He never gets voted to the All-Star game, never gets spoken about as one of the top guards in this league. But you look at the body of work and you ask his competitors throughout this league, and they're going to tell you that guy's as tough as they get.
Jamison, a screen. Iverson dishes to Jamison. Jefferson with some nice D. Pacers trail by 15. Ellis left side. Tries from 16. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 4th assist in this one.
And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. His message, I don't want us patting ourselves on the back just yet. We can congratulate ourselves after the final horn. Right now, we need to go out there and take this one home. Guys?
Here's the quick. The shot, no good. Good defensive work there by Young. And for Al Jefferson, never making an all-star team, he's got the numbers on offense to get him there. People just feel he's probably, what, Clark, one-dimensional?
Well, you know, even though the all-star game has no defense for the most part, you usually need to play a little bit of D to have a chance to get there.
Well, guys, no secret that Al Jefferson has never been known for his defense. Clark, mostly viewed as an offensive player.
Yeah, he really is strong down in the low post. But last season, Jefferson went out of his way to change that no defense perception of it.
And you know, it's what spurred Jefferson to kind of rededicate to defense when he realized teams would pick on him and make him the focal point of their attack. Boy, he'd sure like to have that misback. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line.
Wasted no time on that one. And the Bulls lead by 14.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight. And for Jefferson and his defense, players know when they are being targeted. So good for Big Al to do something about it. And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Bulls.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
Chicago with the ball. Iverson outside. From deep, Jordan. And it's Jeff Teague with the rebound.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Puts it up. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to take a quick peek at our Jordan Player of the Game. What are your thoughts, Jack?
So if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd, they're jealous. He feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
He gave them a big spark with his offense in the paint. He worked non-stop to establish position near the bucket, and that was a good look for them. The D had all sorts of problems trying to deal with him tonight.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
Let it go.